Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Happy Hour podcast. My name is Ola, and back on the show today is Jamel and Shokwe. Come on. Yes. It was great to have you. It is great to have you back again. It was great having you the first time, and I'm very happy you guys are back again.
Perfect. Yeah.
Happy to be back.
I'm happy to be back, to be honest, as well.
Awesome. So, today we're talking about a TV show, a Netflix TV. Would you call it a TV show?
It's a film.
It's a film.
Also.
Oh my
definitely a
God,
film.
sorry. Where did that come from?
Definitely a film.
So yeah, we're talking about Knives Out,
Mm-hmm.
Glass Onion, Knives Out, or Knives Out, Glass Onion, and it's an amazing movie that is. Let me try and read a little brief intro about the movie. The American mystery film written and directed by Ryan Johnson and produced by Johnson and Ram Bergman. It is a standalone sequel to the 2019 film's Knives Out with Daniel Craig, reprising his role again. So what do we think of the movie?
I was a little bit hesitant at the start, but as it got into it and like getting into like the murder mystery stuff, I kind of enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, like the twists and the turns and like how they done it. Like I liked, how she got her like revenge. Well, we won't get into it right now, but the sister got her revenge at the end. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it throughout, to be honest. I think that the first one was good enough for me to watch the second one. And I think the second one was definitely better than the first. So yeah, I liked it throughout. I don't know, it just felt like it just felt rich. I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt like
It felt rich.
like
Rich.
yeah, literally like I don't know. Even it sounds weird, but even like the color, like it felt bright. Like it felt really like visually appealing. But even in terms of storyline as well, I liked it as well. To be fair, I don't think it was a film that you're supposed to take that seriously. Like I think obviously the storyline is quite like serious in terms of what happened to the sister and. Her being like, I don't know, effed over. I don't know if I can swear.
Yeah, that's good.
Fucked over. But other than like, I know that's quite serious, but I still think the general feel of the film was quite like easy go. I don't know. You're supposed to laugh at it. It was like there's funny elements as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
I was all for the revenge part, to be honest. Like I was like literally when she was like doing the glass, I was like, no, like you need to hit him. Like what are you doing? Because I thought they was gonna jump him. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that was a bit.
So if you find out that you just murdered someone, like jump him. Like why are you just like sitting there, like standing there, like idiots?
Yeah,
that's what I wanted.
No, I actually think he would be deserving of being physically hurt. Because even, but it's weird because then I saw them all as victims. Like, obviously, like at the beginning, it's like, are you really a victim because you're complicit? Because obviously he's the friend with money, so they're kind of like at his mercy. They'll do anything he says. But at the same time, I also felt sorry for them because there was reasons for all of like they were manipulated.
Yes.
And obviously they've come to their senses at the end of the film. But I felt really sorry for what's that wrestler's name? Is it Batista?
Batista.
Oh, yeah, I felt really sorry for his character. He was just big and stupid. So
yeah, just dumb. Yeah,
big and dumb.
Just dumb.
Big for nothing. But
going into the movie, like I've seen it twice, and the very first time I saw it was when Batista died. That was the moment I started watching it from. So I had no idea what happened before. And my first guess was it was Edward Norton. It was him. But then watching the movie, I was like, nah, it can't be him.
Yeah.
So what was your idea of like when you started the film?
Well, I feel like I'm good at murder mystery like films and stuff because I grew up on like Murder She Wrote and Quincy and stuff like that and Columbo. So like I'm like I know who it is like beforehand. So I'm like okay. Like I suspect everyone has a motive, you know, because like firstly because I was like okay the rich guy that stole the Cassandra's idea.
Sorry, is that Edward Martin?
That's him.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, yeah, like he's a shithead. I was like, okay, probably everyone wants to kill him.
Yeah.
Then after when they done the twist and it was like, oh, it was actually Cassandra that died and it was the sister. I was like, okay, who's got the best motive to kill her? I was like, everyone's got some, but I was like, the best one is like the guy because he could literally just lose everything because of her if she released that stuff that she done on the napkin, what she wrote on the napkin. So I sussed it out from the beginning. I was like, yeah, it's definitely him.
Really?
I was like, it's definitely
I
him.
didn't think that at all. I'm really into the crime, like murder mysteries as well. But then, just plugging myself, got a true crime YouTube channel.
Yes, nice. What's it called?
It's just my name, Shope Brew, Shopper Brew, whatever you want to say it. But yeah, so I thought that I was on the ball because I thought it was because he like arranged the whole like I don't know quest thing like to solve his own murder. I thought okay, so it wouldn't be him that's like gonna kill someone else.
It's too obvious.
Yeah, so I thought like he's gonna eventually at some point he's gonna die. Like he thought it was just this game, and then I thought the plot was gonna be like he'd die somehow, and then I thought Batista was gonna be the one to kill him because he's sleeping with his girlfriend. They literally just like spun it on its head.
I think I got into my head that Batista told the girl to try to like sexually like
that's the thing they do. I think
caress him to get that role in the TV show. That's what I think.
That is
no, that is what happened.
That's what happened.
The way it was sort of relayed to us was that he's cheating. At
first, yeah.
It was like
but then they did the flashback.
Flashback, yeah.
So at first I was like, okay, so everyone has a reason to kill this dude. But then, I think I don't know. I still feel like they still were manipulated. I don't feel like they were the victims, not necessarily. Like obviously they were complicit in the whole, being bad people and effectively contributing to
Andy's downfall.
No, even the sister. What's her name?
Andy.
Is her name Andy? Oh yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
Was her name Andy?
Is her name Cassandra or Andy?
Cassandra.
I think that's the full name.
Girl,
I'm talking about Andy. Okay, I'm talking about Andy.
I'm talking about the sister that died.
Yeah, the sister that died.
Thank you.
I thought her name was Cassandra and Andy.
Maybe one of the sisters.
I think Helen. The twin's name's Helen. I know that.
Oh, Helen. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway, contributing to her downfall. But at the same time, I still think they were also victims in different ways.
Yeah. When I saw it, I thought I first thought it was Edward Norton. I was like, it's obvious it's him. Then I was like, at the point where Daniel Craig was like saying it's so obvious, I was like, what if Andy is not dead? What if that is Andy and she's just here for her revenge? It's like, that would make sense. Like, she just created this whole false twin story, only to just realize, it's actually much simpler, much more obvious. And
I really wanted her to not be dead.
Yes.
I thought there'd be some revelation. No, she's alive. She's here.
Yeah.
No.
The thing that got me annoyed with the whole movie was like how they all were complicit. One time when the lawsuit came up and she tried to get like ownership of like the company and everything, they were all complicit in silence and like in lying for this other guy because he's done stuff for them. It was just like, what the hell? Yeah. Then they was about to do it again, but Helen had to like go overboard. To even give them like some encouragement to like stand up for yourself.
Literally stand up.
Stand up. So it was weird. And I was thinking they were playing like real life kind of like crime stories, of I think there was one of this American girl that went to Dominica for a party with some friends and she ended up dying. Well, in a fight. But they told the mum like a few days after, like she just died accidentally from like drugs and stuff. Like stuff like that, and everyone just is lying just to save face, So I think they played on that as well. Yeah.
And I think what I also got from the theme of this movie is just the relationship of friendship. That was the like dynamic I just saw in the movie, and how new friends can also be good friends.
Yeah.
Because they were all new friends and they were able to make something out of that new friendship. And unfortunately, one got greedy. But that was the theme of, building that new relationship and the potential of new relationships.
I think it's also manipulation as well, because remember, he got greedy, but everyone just followed along with it and got themselves mixed up with his mess for no reason, just to get ahead, just to get some money and some progression. I think it's just like how you can just fall into like people's like just some sort of evilness and wickedness.
Yeah, no, agreed. But just to piggyback off of what you said, Ola, it's actually true, because I think obviously new relationships can be formed, but then it's also and friendships can be formed, but it's also recognizing your position within that friendship and what the sort of position that someone, I don't know, what each individual has to offer. So they've obviously taken him, like he's become successful and they've taken him as a rich friend. So now there's sort of like now there's a power dynamic so each relationship, friendship, whatever it may be, has a power dynamic depending on how that person benefits you, or like I don't know who is the person who's of more service. So they clearly see him as more service to them than they are to him. So now he's in a position of power, and that's how he was able to.
Yeah, that was the shift, because it started as him being of service to them, and then
it was like some demonic shit at the end. I tell you, like when the guys basically said, okay, he's the murderer, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and everyone's like, no, I didn't see the napkin getting burned. I'm just like, oh, okay, guys, I swear. You don't need deliverance or exorcisms or something. Because it didn't make no sense. Yeah. I was really confused.
Nice.
It is weird how that we all saw him just burned in that.
Yeah. And everyone was just like, I didn't see nothing. No, they were so scared and like stuck in fear. It was just weird.
Yeah, no.
And okay, what else can we talk about in terms of the dynamics in the relationships? Let's talk about Kate Hudson, the rich socialite one. I like how the whole movie is just so simple. Like her downfall was just because she made a silly mistake thinking a sweatshop is just, it's just a sweatshop. It's nice, yeah.
Oh, is that the one that also made the comment she compared herself to Harriet Tubman?
Yes.
Okay.
It's such a simple movie, and so many simple mistakes were made that was just their downfall. And just that dynamic of that. Is there anything you want to talk about with that rich ditzy lady? And
I found her funny.
I found her related to real life celebrities right now.
Yeah,
and people, making stupid comments.
Yeah, and people that are rich not caring about things that don't affect them. Like her having sweatshop workers produce her clothes or whatever she's about to sell. Then as long as she's got the outcome is that she's got her clothes for a cheaper price, she's happy with that. It doesn't matter how she got to that. So yeah, it just speaks to what happens in real life. Like people that are successful that don't experience certain things, they don't care about those things. They don't experience it. They don't need to care about it. Well, they think they don't need to care about it. So it's not shocking that she said, I think she said something so ridiculous like, oh, even better or something. I can't remember what her reaction was to her finding out that it would be produced by sweatshop workers.
She was like, great, awesome. She's oblivious to the reality of how that would be made.
And then she had her publicist having to check her and clean up her mess every time. Yeah, I feel sorry for her.
Do you know, I actually thought it was her for a long time.
Oh, that it was her, the publicist. Yeah. Okay.
Because then I was saying, because I watched it with my boyfriend, and I was saying to him that everyone's in the film for a reason. Her part is so small, the publicist. Her part is so small that she must be there because she killed someone. But it comes to be that she was just there just to be there.
Because she has the motivation to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
She wanted to save her career.
Her only career was being that PR assistant or whatever her role was.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, oh, surely she's the one. Because she has quite a small role in the film, generally speaking. And yeah, so I thought maybe it'll come out that it's kind of like the last one, the previous film. I thought it's always someone that you don't expect it to be. So I thought that would be the same. I guess they can't carry over the same storyline. So
what about there's a strange guy in the movie? Did you notice this?
The one that saw his monkey.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah.
He was just there. I think he was just there to be there.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I didn't know. Was he friends with the
detective or
the murderer?
Host or
I think he was friends with the host or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was friends.
He was just there, just getting high.
Yeah, literally.
He enjoyed himself though, so I guess.
What about Helen's character?
Oh,
Helen, I loved her.
Oh.
Yeah, is Janelle Monáe?
Janelle Monáe,
yeah.
Janelle Monáe.
I feel like great delivery, first of all.
She's such a great actress.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She was in you see with the Nassau, Black Women in Nassau in the 60s. What's that movie called again?
Taraji P. Henson, I think.
Yeah, with Taraji P. Henson. Yeah, she was in that.
Yeah, I didn't watch
that. Was a really good movie,
so I didn't even know she acted.
Yeah. She was really good in that role, really, really good.
Yeah, and I think just to touch on relationships again, is that there's a difference in relationships when you compare, if we dissect relationships, generally speaking, sounds quite obvious to say, but there's a difference between friendship and siblingship. Sisterhood, sorry. Yeah, so with if someone's your family member, I think there's an element of duty that doesn't necessarily exist or have to exist amongst friendships. Friendships, you choose your friends, and if you annoy me enough, we don't have to be friends anymore. Whereas whatever you do to your sibling, that's always your your sibling, and there's that element of duty. She had to fulfill that duty to get revenge for her sister.
It doesn't feel like they were close.
Yeah, they weren't.
They weren't, because she left from high school. Like after high school, she was gone, and Dean was on a mission.
Exactly.
And despite that, Helen was still like, no,
that's not happening. Yeah,
exactly. And she's probably felt obliged to fulfill that duty because that's her sister. Whereas like those friends who were friends with is her name Andy? Let's just call her Andy. Yeah, the sister that died. They're friends, and you'd assume that they have the duty, their duty is to look after their friend and like, I don't know, do the right thing, do right by her because that's their friend. But once like the situation benefits them, that duty doesn't exist because you're out for yourself. So the sister, whether it benefited her or not, she's going to seek vengeance for her sister. But the friends, they didn't feel the need to do that because they're just friends. So you just compare. Like,
do you think, because just coming off of what you just said, do you think there's a reason why they're all friends in the first place is because they're similar? Because, show me your friend and I know who you are, that whole statement. So with that same idea, do you think Andy would have done the same thing if she was not dead and there was a similar situation and she had to sort of cover up?
Going, I think she probably would have, because going from it, at the start, because remember, all of them were friends before, and like literally just like workmates, friends, and they weren't doing that well in their careers. They were doing okay, but they were average in their careers. Then this guy comes and everything just shifts in the friendship.
So didn't she bring him in though? They just met him at a bar and he was like,
I think she brought him into the friendship group.
Yeah.
Then everything started to shift.
Like some parasite.
It's just like a parasite, like a leech that has changed up the group. Yeah. So I think she still had love for them because she did send them the note, but I think she felt really betrayed. So if it was someone else, I
don't think so, personally. I think it just speaks to what we mentioned earlier about power. She wasn't in their position, so she wouldn't need to submit to him because she also possessed power. She was the one who created that, whatever that napkin thing, like she had that, so she didn't need anything from them. So if it was the other way around, where someone else had been hard done by, there's no reason for her to lie against that person because
she would have lied
nobody else she's not receiving anything by lying. Whereas like with them, because they're in an inferior position, they benefit from lying. So I don't think she would have, because she was basically on an equal playing field with the guy, but obviously the guy.
It's interesting though about how she was like the only black person in the friendship group.
And then
I don't know that happened to her. Like, she got lied on, she got this done, and she got murdered on, everything. It's just like,
I was actually considering that, but I thought, do I want to put
but like, I think it's a feel-good movie, but I think they've done it kind of intentionally as well.
Yeah, like the black woman.
About the black woman being like fucked over, or the only black person being fucked over in this majority white friendship group.
But then I did like that she was it's probably good that you brought that up to bring race into it. Let's just dive in. So she's the only black woman, and she's the one that's hard done by, obviously, but then she's also the one that came up with the idea. She's the one that's being exploited because that just speaks to how black people or black women are exploited.
We're going there.
Yeah, well, I guess Jamal took us there.
No, because it has to be took there,
But it just speaks to how black women are exploited. She's come up with this great idea that's going to make them money.
This white man sweeps in, and then takes the idea,
and then kills her on top of it. The audacity! How audacious!
Kills her on top of that. Yeah, I think they were playing with stuff, and I think they were playing like with real life situations. Another like crime stories
really
that
cool thing to pick up. I didn't.
Yeah, like the black. I don't know if you lot heard this. So the black girl, and she was at this party with all her girlfriends, her friends that were girls. She was at this party with them, and she mysteriously died. Of course, everyone
over the balcony.
I don't believe that shit at all.
Literally, like, what? What? And if it was it was like a big sleepover.
It was a big party. There was like 12, 15 of them, and she's the only black girl there. And literally, she dies, and like no one knows nothing. I'm just like, I'm not believing that at all.
And then I think there's like missing security footage as well.
Yeah. I think they're piggybacking off that. Like I think the writers and like directors and all of that producers subtly this. With the casting, and just made that decision, because I think it kind of worked and it kind of had element like we was just like rooting for Helen to get her revenge. That's why I said Helen should have just like stabbed him, just took one of the glass pieces and just shushed.
Yeah, but then there's always the black people need to be graceful.
Yeah, graceful, yeah.
But also, I think that's the thing. Even in the first one, there's always the opportunity for the hero, let's say the hero, to do something back.
Yeah, get their revenge.
Rightfully so.
But they don't. So I think that's a theme that carries on to this movie too. Helen had the opportunity to just get the guy, and instead she was like, "No, I'll get you another way, and I'll just show the world who you are," which is exactly what happened in the first one too.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, I kept remembering, if that was me, I'd have ran away from this family a long time ago. Why is this girl still? What is she doing? You know.
That's so crazy because, well, I guess we're not talking about that one, but then that one, I thought the family have a right to want the money. In my opinion, that's literally their dad or whoever it is. So I thought that I wouldn't like the girl either. But hey, that's a different...
I mean, that was a bit giving the girl the money.
Yeah, but then he clearly hated them because to give a stranger all your money is crazy. Not a stranger, but you know what I mean. But sorry, this isn't a very serious observation, but I really hated Daniel Craig's accent. It was really, really bad. It was actually quite awful.
You know what? I don't rate Daniel Craig as an actor.
Wow.
Really? Okay, no, you took it too far.
No, I don't. But I literally don't. Him and James Bond.
James Bond we have.
To be honest, I don't even like James Bond like that. Anyways,
I can't remember the last ones. I'm too.
James Bond, I find boring as hell. I find them actually
no,
boring
I actually
as
enjoy
hell.
it.
The last one was really, really good.
I cried.
Really good.
Yeah, I literally when he died, I actually cried.
Why are you laughing?
James Bond died, and you didn't want to cry.
No.
You have no heart. James Bond is supposed to be invincible,
and
he died, and then he had a child.
Yeah, and it was almost a commentary on the current moment with the COVID situation and all of that. So it felt like he saved us.
Sad.
There'll be a new James Bond, anyways.
Yeah. But then how? Anyway,
but it's not going to be that.
And that's my unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
that's my unpopular opinion for the day.
What? That you don't like?
Yeah, I don't like James Bond. Yeah.
Wow.
Daniel Craig, I think he's an okay actor, but I don't think he's like amazing.
Oh, to be sorry, not to go on about this, but was the accent supposed to be bad to be funny, or was he actually trying and it was just bad?
What was the accent again? It was kind of
like weird southern.
I didn't really get like what area of like America he was trying to do.
Do you know what I mean?
He wasn't British.
I don't remember.
Huh?
No, he wasn't British in the movie. He was American.
Are you joking?
I just was like, okay.
I don't know if it was southern. I don't know if he was trying to do like Midwestern.
Yeah, Midwestern. Yeah,
was it Midwestern?
But like really badly done.
Like, I literally didn't know because it was given like a little bit of like Georgia and stuff. Then it was like going places. I really didn't know where it was going.
Yeah, no, I didn't mess with it at all. Didn't fuck with that. But then why didn't they just make him British? Like he didn't need to be from America.
Well, like they could have just done like a normal southern accent. Like,
no, he could have just been a British detective in America. Like, why did they need to do that? No one else. That's
what I said. Like he should have done southern accent because southern accents for British people, I think, it's more easier. Because southern accents.
I can't do a southern accent.
I'm not doing one now, but I heard.
We can try.
More,
I heard want that on the internet.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard on the internet that it was more easier. So yeah, but he could have just done that. I just didn't understand where the accent was going. I didn't know what area he was he was trying to like talk from. I just didn't know. Didn't know, man. Accents, man, important. Get it wrong all the time.
That was so unnecessary, honestly. I watched like some Nigerian film, Nigerian like TV series on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called.
Blood Sisters.
I think it might have been Blood Sisters. Was it Blood Sisters? And they're trying to yeah, it was Blood Sisters actually. Do you know the detective?
Yes.
And his ridiculous accent.
Well, he barely spoke though.
No, he was saying I'm from Chicago, but it was really like an African accent. Like I'm from Chicago. I don't even know how to do it. It was so unnecessary. Like, why wasn't he just a Nigerian detective? Like, why are you from Chicago? How does that contribute to the storyline? It was so ridiculous.
They do a lot with these accents.
But it's always a detective for some reason.
To keep it simple as well. Just keep it simple.
But I love Blood Sisters though.
No, oh my gosh.
I need to watch that.
No, you should.
Need to watch it.
But then I watched it once again with should I say his name on the anyway? I watched it with my boyfriend, and he, then we recommended it to another couple, and they didn't like it, and we were really surprised because we thought it was so good.
Is it Nigerian?
One of them are, yeah. So maybe it's a Nigerian thing, but he also didn't like it as well. So fair enough.
Considering the storyline, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I'm gonna watch this now. Blood Sisters, yeah.
I recommended it to my manager as well.
Okay, cool. I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so let's come back to Knives Out.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's
Went
on
off
you.
on a tangent.
Did you like how they tell the story of like the flashback and all of that?
Yes. Yes.
I wasn't a fan.
There always needs to be a twist, I think, and that was a twist.
Yeah, I like when there's twists and turns, but then I still felt like I think I'm quite a simple person in that respect. I just like things to be in chronological order. Like I don't mind 1 or 2 flashbacks, but when the film is literally just bare flashbacks back like again and again and again, I just can't keep up with the storyline. Well, I could, but then it's just more effort. And I felt like it's a feel-good movie. Let's just not make it too difficult. I
don't mind a flashback in a movie. I think it's a good twist. I think if it's a good twist, then I think I don't mind it. Like, and I thought that was a good twist to know that it was actually her twin sister. I was like, oh,
yeah, but why didn't they tell us from the beginning? I guess that adds to the twist and turn.
But it wouldn't have the effect. I think it would have the effect. Like, oh my gosh, that's like she's actually dead and
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I think it was a good twist.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that story. I think if I would tell a story, I would like to tell it like that. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I like good twists.
It lacks chronology, but hey, fair enough. It did add to the surprise element.
Yeah, murder mystery, like they need good twists. Like Columbo used to have good twists.
Columbo.
Remember Columbo? I used to watch my nan. See, Murder She Wrote and Columbo was like the best crime shows ever.
Murder She Wrote I've heard of.
Murder She Wrote with Angela Lansbury and Columbo. I forgot the guy's name, but I think he's dead as well. Both of them are dead because they're old as shit. They're old as shit. They're dead. Well, Angela Lansbury just died about 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, she died about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, literally, there's always a good twist in those murder TV shows, like the iconic murder TV shows, and yeah, and I think the film needed it, and they got it with they just done it through a flashback. So I liked it. Yeah.
No, I like. To be fair,
you don't need to start watching Murder She Wrote and stuff.
Isn't that really old?
Yeah, but it's really good though. I can still probably watch it. It is really good.
What are we watching right now?
What TV show? Killing Eve.
I couldn't
heard about that.
Season 4 or 3. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm on 4 and it's getting a bit boring. But at first it was really good.
First 2? Ooh.
Yeah. I'm dragging it out. Like I used to watch it like back to back, but now it's like, okay, I was watching The Circle. That's reality TV, but not reality, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What am I watching that's actually good? Oh, obviously everyone's probably watched Kaleidoscope. No.
What is even that?
Jamal, that colour thing on Netflix.
The coloured.
Like you can watch it in any order.
Oh, I thought you said coloured.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking different colour. Like every episode is a different colour.
No, it's not in a different colour, but like let's say one's called pink, one's called orange, one's called black, or whatever. And then but you have to watch the episode white last. So it's
like alphabetical first letter.
Is this experimental thing Netflix is doing?
I guess so. So like let's say on my Netflix account, it might put orange, black, green, pink, and then yours might be black, blue, like do you know what I mean, in different orders, but white has to be last, so you can watch the series in any order. But it has a lot of, do you know that flashback thing that I don't like? It has that because for them to be randomized, you have to do flashbacks. So yeah, do I recommend? Probably not, but I feel like everyone was watching that. I'm surprised.
I was not watching that. I've just been watching Last of Us, and I think we was talking about that before. I've watched Last of Us. What else have I watched? Oh yeah, I was going to mention as well documentaries. I've watched 2 documentaries. So I watched a documentary on Tina Turner. She done like a last documentary that was really, really good.
Really?
Yeah, I recommend everyone to watch that. It was really good and it was really sad as well because she had like kind of a hard life with the abuse and everything.
Well, the thing about that abuse is she experienced that for maybe 10 years or maybe 15.
It was long, but it's like...
But like she's like 70, 80 now. And that's like maybe 40 years ago.
And she's still alive?
She's still alive, yeah. Oh, but she said, because the abuse was like every day, that kind of caused like her immense psychological harm. Yeah. Where she said like...
And the guy is Nigerian.
Yeah. Is the guy Nigerian?
Yeah.
Wait, who's...
Ike Turner's Nigerian? Ike. Like half American or half Nigerian? Like...
Let me get the full fact.
For real? I never knew that. But
as in, did he hit her?
Yeah, they remember Tina Turner.
Tina, right.
So, but she said at the end of the movie, I won't spoil it, but she basically said like, if I had to assess whether the positives outweigh the negatives in my whole life, she's like, no, like like the negatives like overweighed the positives. Like it was really good.
Really?
Then it was really sad as well. Yeah, her saying it that so basic. Yeah, it was
Is
really
he dead?
Ike Turner. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, but the abuse was terrible. Like she was going in detail. It was like more terrible than she showed in like the life adaptation film with Angela Bassett.
Wow.
It was like the abuse is worse. And I'm still in the process of watching the documentary on Pele. That's on Netflix as well. I love a good documentary.
Okay, I grew up with the theory that he was Nigerian. I might be wrong. I'm checking now.
I swear he's not Nigerian.
I swear everyone told me he's Nigerian.
Nigerians claim everyone.
Literally, I've never heard that he's Nigerian.
No, they claim
so I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, he's a very influential musician, like on like rock and roll and stuff, like the start of rock and roll and stuff. But yeah, he was a bastard. He was a full-on bastard.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might need to watch that.
I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We have to leave the studio. So thank you very much, Shokwe and Jamal, for coming over again. Please, it will be amazing to have you guys come back and we can talk about more movies or more TV shows. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.